There we go. Okay. So, if you're trying to improve in chess, please enjoy this video. It is about, um, we're going to analyze a game that I had in a tournament. This is round 3 of the Hot Weather Swiss at my local chess club here in Waukesha, Wisconsin. And I bet you can't guess the opening I played here. So he started e4, and let's see if anybody can guess what opening I played. Leave a comment down below. See if you can guess what opening I played. I don't think anybody saw the start. Yeah, I mean, you could probably look it up by the ECO code, but you actually can't see it on the screen. But it did flash when I opened the game. This was a fun game. I felt really good about this game. So this game is the start of me changing my chess, for sure. So my chess changed drastically in the week that I played, since I played Robin. And then this was played earlier this month on August 2nd. Any ideas? I played a Caro Kann. Okay, so I'm playing Eli. This is the first time that I've played him in almost a year. So the last time I played him was a year ago, and I played him one time and I lost. So this was a revenge match for me. And he played the advanced. And my prep that I had, which I didn't play here, was C5. And there's a number of ways to play this particular way. This is one of the ways which I was prepared for, this variation here. The other one is taking, and I was prepared for that as well. Whoops, I think we go here instead. So we're attacking both these pawns, and a lot of times this is here, and then we go here and castles and here, and we get these very interesting games. So my next move is here, kick the bishop, trade, and I'm prepared for these things. So that's what's in my prep, in early c5. But I didn't play that. I decided to play the other, the main line, which is bishop f5. Taking a note out of Evan's book, The Chess Lobster. He likes to play this variation. He's very comfortable with it. The idea is to trade off the light squared bishop quickly and try to trade off the queens. And if you can, this is a great game for black. And if you can get those in, it's quite equalizing, which is awesome. So he played here. We closed it down. He played here. And I played c5. I was like, oh, I got my bishop out. I'm going to rip open the center. And usually the move, this move knight to b to d2 is not a move. So I wanted to try to punish that because that's not a good move. A lot of times you want to play this. Reason being, this is the variation that you want to play. And then we go here with check. They do whatever they want to do with, however they want to block it. If they block with the queen, you just take the queen and you got what you wanted. Go to town. But depending on how they block, a lot of times they'll block here, play c3 or knight to c3, and then you play here. And you get to get this queen trade. And if they don't trade, let's say they get out of the way, then you've stopped them from castling. So in the eyes of the opening, this is awesome. If you can get this, this is great for black. We can just develop normally. And we're looking great. This is all awesome stuff. This is normal Caro Kann stuff. So that's what I was hoping for. He didn't play this, and he played this interesting, I think is a rather dubious move, knight b to d2, and this kind of jams him up because now he's taking a square away from this knight. The knight on f3, it doesn't have the same amount of squares to leave if it gets attacked. So makes it really interesting to deal with. And I thought, okay, well, now we're going to strike in the center, and I'm going to just pile up on the d4 square. He develops bishop to e2, and I get my knight developed. There's no threat of him taking it, which is nice, so I get this free development, and I can bring it into g4 really quickly. And he played a3, and I was expecting him to play... the idea is to play a4 or b4 and then kind of blow things up and have this nice queenside. And I thought, well, okay, we're not going to allow that. He castled, and I played g4. And I think this is a really good move because now he's only got... There's a major threat. I'm going to play g4 next after playing g5, and he's going to have to move his knight. His knight's going to have to come back to this really super passive square. And his knight just looks ridiculous. So the only defense to that is playing h3. And we're going to play g4 anyways. Because if he takes, which he did, we then get this type of scenario. It's also to be noted that we can probably take with the knight if we wanted. I think it still works there because then we can play rook to g8 after that. But I like this because I'm expecting him to move his knight because his knight has really no good squares. And when he moves his knight, I can trade the bishops off. And I did. And I can bring my knight to this really good square. And I thought, okay, this is really good. I think this is really great. I can get my queen out, and then I can castle queenside, and I'm going to be really super safe. And it'll be really nice. I feel like I'm in control of the game with that g4, g5, g4 idea, and I get this open line to his king. I'm playing fighting chess. I'm playing aggressive chess. I feel really good about my game at this point. So he comes in and he's got these ideas of coming into right here, which has a check, and then I have to move my king, blocking my bishop, and I don't like that stuff. So I thought bishop to g2 was good. Now, the idea was I wanted to start rolling this pawn down right at his king as quickly as I could. So the idea was I didn't want to come here. I think I was seeing some ghosts for some reason, thinking that he's going to come here, and I didn't want to move my king, so I'd be stuck taking, like this. But for some reason, I guess I just didn't see this, or I just missed it and was like, oh, that just wins a pawn, and then I can castle after. I'm not sure. I think I was just seeing some ghosts. Um, that would have been a better move. The bishop is much better on e7 than on g7. So that's much better. But I moved it there for some reason, and it caused me problems. But I can continue with my plan a little bit. And now I've realized I've kind of shot myself in the foot by not putting my bishop on e7. So, and now we get this type of situation. And I calculated these lines, which I thought was good. What I thought he was going to do was come in here. I didn't think he would go knight to h4. I thought that was weird. And then I would just go here. And I thought he might come back here, and then we might do a repeat. And then I've got at least a draw at this point, and I'm okay. I thought that he would come in there. I don't know why he didn't. We talked about it afterwards a little bit. And yeah, it was interesting. He said he thought of that, and he thought that I would just move back and that we get this repetition. He's still trying to win the game. But he moved here, and he thought this move was better. And I thought, oh, well, I can just trade off some more pieces, get my king out, and now I can move all my pieces, over this way and have these mate threats. That's the idea. And that's kind of what I did. So I started piling up all my pieces on the king side. Now, what I thought he was going to do is actually come in here after he traded off my bishop. So after he traded that off, I thought for sure that he would come in here and I'd have to get pushed back again. But I think he just didn't like being in this spot. We talked about it briefly, but there wasn't a lot of discussion about it. Because I thought that he might do this, which seems a little risky. But I don't really have much going on. Even if I come here, I can easily be kicked. The other option is here, but I don't think it serves a purpose yet, and I have 3 moves before I can start really attacking, and I do have to worry about this. So I have to be careful in some respect. All right, perfect. So she's doing that. Great. Okay, so that was what I saw. He didn't go for that. He tried something different. And I was able to kind of block him in with h4 and keep him a little bit contained. And I thought, oh, okay, well, I can maneuver my rooks and start getting all of these things and just loading up on the king. And he finally pushed f4, which I think I get the idea. I'm not sure if it's a mistake or not. To me, it's you have to be willing to open up allow this square access, because now, and then he was smart because now he's got 1, 2, 3 pieces on this square, and I have 1, 2, 3 pieces on the square, so I can't go in there yet. I have to I have to be careful. So I was like, well, all right, I'm going to bring my queen to a little bit more improving square. He has to be careful because we've got this guy coming in. Now I'm going to start winning pawns on the queen side. So he stopped that, and I decided to make some trades and pushed his queen back. And then I improved my queen a little bit more because now I want to threaten this. And now I'm threatening checkmates, the checkmating idea. So he has to be very careful. He does stop it, which is great. And I just keep improving little bit by little bit. And here at this point, I'm good because I won this other pawn, and I'm going to win this other pawn here after taking the queen. And yeah, he's going to get my h pawn, but I'm you know, if he comes here and I come here, I'm going to win both of these pawns, and he can't stop them. It's going to get... I don't have to move my king. I can push these other pawns up the board, and it's pretty much game over. So he resigned after I took that pawn. So, yeah, it was a good game. Eli is a really strong opponent. He's very good. He's tough to play against. I enjoy this game. So at this point now, I am 2-1. So we're looking good. Quite a bit, which is nice. So I can't complain one bit.